Alright guys, so in the shop right now there is a Nova deal which basically guarantees 10 tier 2 medals each with 3 dots. On the surface it doesn't look too bad, especially because it only costs you 2000 jewels, but have a think, right? Every single time you do a pull from, like let's say the Epic Medal Carnival right now, or the Falling Price deal, you'll be getting tier 2s in those drops. Over time those tier 2s add up. I'm actually doing a retake of this video because I kind of screwed up before. But essentially I just went in and had a look at the tier 2s that I already had and realized, like, look, I've actually got enough to gilt quite a few of these things. Like I gilted my Yuffie. Oh sorry, the reason I gilted them is because we have a gilting campaign right now. If you didn't notice, we have a gilting campaign, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, I got terrible rolls for the few things that I rolled. I got 37% on my Yuffie, and with 5 rerolls I got, 6 rolls, 1 initial, 5 rerolls, I got 44 and it stayed there for 5 rolls, back to back. I was most disappointed, but anyway, moving on. Okay, so for a guy like me that's been playing for quite a while, this Nova deal is not attractive at all, because I know for a fact that I'm really close to gilting a lot of tier 2s. I'm really close to gilting tier 2s. So the fact that they come with additional dots is great and all, but almost in every case, I won't be needing the extra dots because that, you know, the dots mean that there's like 4 versions of that medal fused into one right now. But if I've already got medals that are like only 1 or 2 away, then those dots are effectively being wasted, right? Because I don't need them. Because I only need, let's say, for example, 2 more Aurons to gilt. If I pull an Auron and it has effectively 4 in itself, those dots are going to waste. But I mean, yeah, it's nice to have those dots. It means I can get up there straight away, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm much happier to keep on waiting, and as I do more pulls from like the Nominate banner, for example, I will definitely get more tier 2s. Over time, I will certainly get more tier 2s, and eventually I'll be able to gilt them all. The whales in this game right now, or the big spenders rather, whales, have already gilted every single tier 2 they own. Absolutely by now, they've gilted every single tier 2 they own. The amount of times they would have pulled for all these deals and gotten tier 2s along the way, there is no way in hell that they haven't max gilted pretty much every tier 2 they own. In some of the videos I watch, like they do a pull and they just get all their tier 2s and honestly some of their tier 3s now and just go brr, brr, and just start deleting all their tier 2 medals, just because what's the point? It's just wasting space at this point. They've already got the max Nova level out of them. What's the point in having another copy of a medal that you're never going to use around? Will this increase your power? Will this increase your killing power in the game if you don't have that many medals? Kinda, but not really, honestly. Like, if you start doing more pulls and getting tier 3s out, they will take you so much further than these tier 2s will. Like, unfortunately, the fact that they're capped at 50% gilt means that even like basic tier 3s that are gilted honestly blow them away, with very few exceptions. And honestly, because I came into the game when tier 3s were being introduced, I sort of skipped over the tier 2 meta in general. Like, I really don't have almost any gilted tier 2s. In fact, I gilted 2 just then, and I think I've only gilted 1 before that. I have really barely any tier 2s, and I didn't miss them at all. I went straight into tier 3s, and that was fine with me. That was completely fine with me to never look back, basically. Alright. If you're a brand new player, and importantly, if you've already gone through and gotten your 90 Nova levels from the tier 1 medals like my other video recommends, which I guess I'll link that other video at the end of this one. If you've already gotten those 90 Nova levels out, and you're like, oh, I really need some more Nova. Just think, there are a lot of tier 2 medals in this game. You're going to pull for 10 of them, alright? You might pull for 10 of them and then not be able to gilt a single one, but it might help you in the future, because you might skip out a lot of the process in grinding out for the future, as in like buying these other packs in the future. It will skip a lot of time if you just have this Nova deal here right now, and that lets you... What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that it'll give you like the building blocks of which to work on, and it'll skip a lot of time basically. So I could see you doing maybe 1 pull, but even then, like, 1 pull might not see any difference for you. You literally might not get any additional Nova from doing 1 pull, because you might get 10 that you don't have before. And it'd be cool to get them at 3 dots already. I'm talking to like literally brand new players here. but you won't get that, you know, the nice little feeling of, okay, cool, I saw the benefit that I had. It might pay off later on down the line, like I said, when you do more and more pulls and you get some more tier 2s, and combined with the ones you pulled during this banner, you're finally able to gilt them. So again, it might be nice for future proofing, but for right now, I don't think it's a very good idea to do a pull from it. Like I said, you won't see the immediate benefits of it. Anyway, in the future, guys, we might get more dots in our important banners, quote unquote, our good banners. Like, I'm trying to think, they're trying to improve the banners all the time, right? Like, you'd think that they're trying to always be improving these banners. Well, how could they improve upon an Epic Metal Carnival that guarantees you 1 premium, right? How could they improve upon that? They could say, okay, well, the medals that you're going to get that aren't the guaranteed premium right now are tier 2s or tier 3s or whatever. So what if we say they're all tier 3s? That's an improvement, right? So that's better than before. It's back to going the all epic style of banners, which doesn't have any tier 2s. In which case you'd be thinking, oh, okay, maybe I should have bought that Nova deal then if I'm not going to see any more tier 2s for quite a while. How else could they improve it? They could say that every medal in the pool comes with some form of dots, including potentially the premium. That way, that would boost your Nova a hell of a lot faster if they started giving out like a random amount of orbs in all of the pools, but like, let's say between 1 to 3 random orbs, which could happen. I believe JP had some banners for like that for a little while, every now and then, where every medal in the pool is potentially orbed. And it's happened in our version as well. They've potentially given out orbs for some medals before, so it could happen over there, which would render this deal even more useless if you're getting orbs on your tier 2s. Like the main draw of this is orbs on your tier 2s, obviously. But for 2,000 jewels, that's still such a big price to pay. 1,900 jewels will get you 10 medals, and some of them will be tier 3s, one of them will be a guaranteed tier 4. For 1,900 jewels. Again, I've obviously pulled 5 times to get that benefit, but still, you know, I've got a week left of potentially wasting my jewels on this deal again. It could, oh god, I nearly did a pull right then. I was so close. No, resist. I was so close to falling just then. Alright, anyway, that's my thoughts. I don't think it's worth pulling. If you wanted to speed up the process a little bit and you had some spare jewels, sure, why not? But I think the smarter, especially free-to-play thing to do would be to hold on and wait. Let's take a look at what else they got in this update. The really cool thing is the avatar board. Extra purchase jewels, whatever. We know the score on that. For the the low price of like 160 Australian dollars, which I think is 120 Canadian and 100 American. I don't know the conversion. You get, ooh, a few additional jewels, yippee. Ooh, and additional skip tickets, yippee. Yippee, skip tickets, yay. Whatever, who cares about that? The main thing is the avatar board. Let's have a look. And the really cool thing inside that is AB4 and APP. Woohoo! AB4 and APP, good lord, that would be powerful. So yeah, 1.8 times the damage and drops all those attack price pluses. Now, APP has sort of fallen from grace a little bit lately, just because of illustrated KH2 Kyrie. That's not to say it isn't still useful. Honestly, I'm at the point now in the Colosseum where even my KH2 Kyrie isn't enough to keep me going, so I actually kind of need an APP skill. I actually equipped a basic APP skill on one of my medals yesterday, because I literally needed more APP, and I couldn't rely on KH2 Kyrie anymore. Now, this is a little bit of a spoiler warning in this game. Not for the story, but for the future Keyblades we're going to be getting. Future Keyblades from Proud Mode after Fenrir are going to have a maximum amount of gauges of, I believe it's 9 or 10, depending on the Keyblade level. So that's not heaps. That means you have to play really, really smart with the amount of SP that you have. Which means that APP is going to really come back into fashion. Honestly, I kind of see that as a reaction to having KH2 Kyrie everywhere and so accessible, is that players didn't have to worry about APP anymore. Sorry, didn't have to worry about their SP in general. And when a deal like this rolled around and APP was offered, they're like, yeah, but I don't really need it because I have KH2 Kyrie, right? Like, why would I need to worry about APP triggering if KH2 Kyrie is around? So just in terms of future-proofing, AB4 and APP, that's a pretty friggin' fantastic skill, and I think that's going to be relevant for quite a while. You might want to pick up 1, maybe even 2 copies now, and just think like, alright, I've got these in the bank for later. And also, the skills that come with AB4 and APP are really good. A generic AB4, which is not incredible, and obviously, like, if you're going to be using AP4, you'd rather have that consistent damage. Like, that's the trade-off. You don't get any additional benefit, but like AB4 max gives you consistent damage, whereas AB4 will activate roughly, with all your skills, 60% of the time. I need time to breathe more. Oops, and here it comes. Oops, didn't work. Anyway, and Defense Boost 3, that's still pretty relevant. We'll be getting Defense Boost 4. Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll be getting Defense Boost 4 eventually, but still, Defense Boost 3 is not bad. Like, the proc rate is pretty good, and the amount of damage that it reduces is pretty good. The amount of difference between 3 and 4 is not huge. Like, it's obviously a difference, but it's not enormous. So, having a few Defense Boost 3s on your main, like, your main buffer, your main healer, whatever, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Bear in mind though, the Second Chance 2 is on the way. If you're able to place in top 10,000 in Coliseum, you'll get 1 copy of it. So you may want to use that for your healer, buffer, whatever. Just sort of do a bit of planning out in the future. If you're going to get Defense Boost 3, and you think you'll stay top 10,000 in Coliseum, or buy it in an avatar board later on, be like, maybe I'll use Second Chance 2 here instead of DB3, whatever. I think this is a pretty good board, especially for free-to-play players to be picking up now. Maybe even 2 copies. That's 5,000 jewels is a lot, but just in terms of your, I reckon definitely 1, maybe 2, if you're like really in need of Attack Boost 4 skills. Like, if you're ready to really improve your game for the next level by like bringing Attack Boost 4 into the fray, then you might want to consider getting both boards. What would be a good candidate for this medal though? What would be a good candidate for AB4 and APP? Okay, a general rule of thumb is area of effect medals work really well for APP medals, because the APP effect is just dishing out additional SP orbs for every enemy that it hits. So if you're hitting lots of enemies at the same time, it's increasing that effect over lots of enemies, obviously. Not to say that it isn't good against single targets. I was about to sneeze. That was a hell of a sneeze. I'm glad you missed that. Alright. Not to say that single target medals can't benefit from APP, but on the whole, the rule of thumb is, with good reason, use APP medals on area of effect medals. Like, Jack and Sally back in the day was an absolute powerhouse with APP. People like to say that it's due to the amount of hits that you deal. I don't think it has anything to do with the amount of hits that you deal. I think it's to do with the amount of damage that you deal, which is why single target medals and the multiple hit medals shouldn't really make a difference, but I'll leave that to the scientists to figure out. So like, let's say, okay, World of Final Fantasy medals are an excellent candidate because it is to do with the amount of damage that you deal. So if you're always dealing super effective damage, which is what the World of Final Fantasy medals do, and I'm saying super effective when I mean ignoring attributes. I think super effective makes a lot more sense. You know, they're doing the Pokemon rock, paper, scissors style thing where it's red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red, which is obviously analogous to fire, water, grass. Just think about it as super effective damage. That's how I'm going to refer to it. World of Final Fantasy medals, some medals always deal super effective damage. So if you plop one of these skills on a World of Final Fantasy medal, oh boy, that would be very, very powerful. Because obviously Attack Boost 4 is insanely good. Attack Press Plus would mean you're going to be getting back to full just about every time you use one of these things. Or every time it triggers at least. The only problem with them is that A, they're not very easy to find, unless, you know, we've obviously missed our first chance, but I'm assuming they will be coming back. I'm assuming we'll be getting a chance to pull for those medals again, hopefully very soon. Hopefully very soon, because it doesn't make sense for them to hold on any longer. When our game's already moving past them. Alright, for our game, they're tier 3s, right? I believe they are going to be coming back. But they came back in JP as tier 4s as they originally were. So if they're going to wait any longer to bring them back here, they're already starting to be outclassed as it is. I can't imagine they'd wait any longer to bring them back because, again, as tier 3s, we're already pretty far past the tier 3 point of our game. So we're getting past the tier 3 point of our game. They shouldn't wait much longer to bring them back is what I'm trying to say. So if you think, okay, I'm going to save some jewels, invest in the World of Final Fantasy medals, try and guilt just one of them. Well, obviously as many as you can, but really try to guilt just one of them, and then slap an AB4 and APP on it. I think that would still carry you for quite a while in this game. I think that would still really hold its own. Especially if you can get one with like, ooh, extra attack. If you can get one with extra attack on it, that's pretty freaking good, guys. That would be pretty amazing. And it would pay for itself, obviously, with APP. Again, there are definitely stronger candidates, like tier 5 medals with attack boost 4 on them. Good lord, would be insanely powerful. Especially like max guilted tier 5s with AB4 and APP. Wow, like my HD Roxas, I really want to put this skill on it. I really want to do that, but oh, I could guilt it actually. It's finally a guilting campaign. I've got 3 Mickey and Brooms. I could finally guilt it. No, resist. I don't know why I'm resisting. I don't know what the point would be, but I feel like it's not the right time yet. Anyway, getting off track. General rule of thumb, area of effect medals that are going to be super effective damage. It's not to say that ineffective damage won't be as good. Like I said, with enough power, using a power type medal, with enough strength, using a power type medal on a magic medal is still going to rip through it and give you a decent amount of AP back. But just the general rule of thumb is super effective damage, area of effect. Obviously, that's pretty obvious. Alright. And lastly, we just get more story quests. 15 more story quests. Cool. I mean, that's to be expected. New month, new story quests. 15 more quests, meaning we're still slowly... We're not really catching up because JP is getting story updates at a similar pace to what we are. Although they're only getting like 5 at a time, so I guess technically we are catching up. That'll bring us to 615 total story quests. Yeah, nothing much to say. 750 jewels are for grabs for doing them, because 250 every 5 quests. Cool. If we need help with the final boss, I will do my best to make a video as soon as possible. That is about it. I think that's about it, guys. So, I really look forward to making that event, Organization 13 event really soon. So 2 more days, I believe, until we can do that. Yep, it's the 11th right now. So on the 13th, 48 hours from now, I'll be doing my absolute best to make a video as quickly as possible. So, again, chuck a subscribe if you haven't already. Just again, skip it. Just skip it. Free to play, skip it. You'll get these tier 2 Novas eventually. Don't you worry about that. If you're in this game for the long haul, you'll definitely get them eventually. If you're going to blow 2,000 jewels, you won't. If you're going to pull for that Nominee banner, knowing that you won't get Nominee, but you just want a premium, and you just want to add to your premium stash for 1,900 jewels apiece, it's probably a pretty good deal. I nearly pulled it. That was so close. If you know that going in, then that's smart. If you think you're going to get Nominee, you won't get it. Watch, I guarantee you won't get Nominee if you pull. What am I doing? Why? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I'm not funny. No one thinks I'm funny. Why am I doing this? See? Woo! Oh my god! Oh my god, don't follow my example. It won't happen to you, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Look how many tier 2s I just got. Look. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. Look at all these tier 2s. Okay, so... Oh my god, it happened. Woohoo! It happened. Alright, I'm excited over pixels. That's it, guys. I'm excited. Look how many tier 2s. Alright, ready? I'm trying to stay calm because I'm expressing my point here. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 2s. That's all this Nova I can get now. I can reroll. I can reroll my Yuffie. Awesome, lovely reroll Yuffie. Fuck yes! Woo! And key out 3. Oh my god, that's amazing as well. That's so good. I'm out, guys. All the best. I'll see you later. Bye.